Lords of the Fallen is already one of the easiest Souls-likes out there, but you can make it even easier with enough knowledge. I will share some of the tips I figured during my first playthrough, and I hope they will help you through your playthrough as well. Let's start with the first tip. There's no pause option in Lords of the Fallen, but you can still pause your game anytime you want. How you do it is quite simple. Just go to photo mode in your menu and you can pause the game when you enter the photo mode. It has more uses than a simple pause though. Photo mode allows you to freely move your camera. This means you can explore corners without putting your character in danger. It might be too situational, but when you're out of all of your healings, it is great to check corners without putting yourself in any danger. So it's a good option to safely explore the world as you progress. You can't have a Souls-like without mimics or trap chests. When it comes to Lords of the Fallen, it has more mimics than maybe all other Souls-likes combined. Mimics in this game come in the form of moths and anglerfish. When you interact with a mimic, it sends you directly into Umbral and takes about 90% of your health. But hold on, there's a really easy way to spot these mimics. Attacking or walking over them doesn't reveal anything, but mimics always have this different visual effect than the regular items. Look at the footage I'm playing right now. There are 4 items to pick up, but one of them is a mimic. I'm pretty sure you figured which one is the fake loot. Mimic items have their light flickering more aggressively than the regular ones. Also, if you look at the center, orb constantly expands and shrinks as if it is breathing. After you spot the mimic, you can simply soulfly the item and kill the mote. Afterwards, you can safely loot your item. You can't die as long as you're blocking. When you block an attack, you receive a portion of it as withered damage. Here's the catch, withered damage cannot kill you. So even if your health point is 1, you can still block and you will be fine. But also be careful, while direct attacks cannot kill you, you can still die because of a poison or a burning status effect, so careful when you're playing around with blocking too much. When you kill an enemy, you collect their souls, or vigor as Lords of the Fallen calls it. It's the main currency of the game. In every Souls game, you automatically collect enemies' soul after you kill them, but that is not how it works in Lords of the Fallen. For some reason, enemies drop their souls where they die. You can't automatically collect them. It is annoying when their soul is somewhere you can't reach, but don't worry, you can claim souls from anywhere. Limit is the drawing distance of your PC. Just pull out your umbral lamp and siphon every soul around you from any distance you want, basically. Sometimes the distance between bonfires is too long and you may not have enough healing items to reach your destination. Traveling to Umbral will fill half of your health bar and the other half with withered health, meaning you can just simply attack the weak Umbral enemies and fill your health. Also, siphoning ability allows you to collect wither health from blue and red orbs on the walls. Next time you're in need of quick healing, just look for those orbs and you will have enough healing to get you through the area. Leveling is quite simple and straightforward in Souls games. After you decide what type of weapon and spell you will use, just check the scaling of your desired weapon and level your stats based on that. But there's one crucial mechanic related to leveling stats. Don't put any point on a stat once you have reached the soft cap. Now you may be wondering what is soft cap. For example, as you put more and more points into agility, you will see you're starting to receive less damage boost each time you put points. After you reach a certain threshold, extra damage you gain from putting points to those stats becomes so low that you simply waste souls investing into that stat. Soft cap is different in different games. For Elden Ring, soft cap is 60. In Dark Souls, soft cap is 40. In Lords of the Fallen, soft cap appears to be around 50 for offensive stats and 40 for defensive stats such as vitality. For early game, you don't need to level your offensive stats at all in order to gain meaningful damage boost. If you want to increase your damage, instead upgrade the weapon you're using. You can get your weapon to +3 quite early in the game, so don't waste your souls and only level these stats if you need them to wield the weapon. Instead, put your points into vitality and have higher max health. This way you will have both higher health pool and high damage during early game, but be careful, this will only make your early game easier. Once you reach 20 or 25 vitality, you can start investing into offensive stats for the rest of the mid game. There are 3 enemy types in this game: humans, demons, and the umbral enemies. As you may have realized before, each enemy type has their own spell type. There's holy damage, fire damage, and wither damage. Different enemies are weak or resistant to different types of damage. It is quite easy to figure out whether your damage type is effective or not. When you deal damage to an enemy, check the color of your damage number. If it's gray, that means the enemy is taking less damage. If it is white, that means the enemy has no resistance or weakness to your attacks. And if the number is red, then the enemy is weak to your attacks and you're dealing extra damage. You can break or fail quests so easily in this game. It is hard to speak about this without spoiling, so I won't get into details, but if an NPC asks you to do or find something, complete their objective before completing the area they mention. If you finish the zone before doing their quest, they move on and lock you out of all the rewards, or even a different ending. This also applies to NPC summons. If you see an NPC summon before a boss fight, either check their wiki or backtrack your steps, as it might be tied to an important quest. These were my quick tips and tricks for Lords of the Fallen. If you have more tips, share them in the comment section. Also, if you like Souls-like content, check out my channel. I do Souls-like content that you might like. For now, thank you for watching and I hope to see you on the next video.